uh, peace and blessings and abundance to everybody getting on today. Shout out to the person that liked the live. All praise to the Most High. Say that then. Proper preparation and patience prepares you to prosper. Sometimes in life, you just have to laugh. And if you think about life, there's a lot of things you could be laughing at. Laughter is good. Laughter is medicine. Before I start talking about the topic, shout out to Randy, shout out to Jenna, shout out to the second person that liked the live. Before I start talking about the topic, we are going to listen to some truth. If my phone will act right. How's everybody doing today? Or tonight? Or the morning time, depending on what time zone you're in. Today, we got 10 minutes left in this day. Today is July 13th. Eager? Are you saying eager? Gain muscle or gain what? Nah, y'all playing games. But what we about to do is listen to Proverbs chapter 13 because today is July 13th, 2026. Peace and blessings and abundance to everybody watching the live and everybody that liked the live. Now we're going to sit here and listen. Once my phone starts acting like a smartphone and plays correctly.
Proverbs 13. The wise son heareth his father's instruction, but a scorner heareth not rebuke. A man shall eat good by the fruit of his mouth, but the soul of the transgressors shall eat violence. He that keepeth his mouth keepeth his life, but he that openeth wide his lips shall have destruction. The soul of the sluggard desireth and hath nothing, but the soul of the diligent shall be made fat. A righteous man hateth lying, but a wicked man is loathsome and cometh to shame. Righteousness keepeth him that is upright in the way, but wickedness overthroweth the sinner. There is that maketh himself rich, yet hath nothing. There is that maketh himself poor, yet hath great riches. The ransom of a man's life are his riches, but the poor heareth not rebuke. The light of the righteous rejoiceth, but the lamp of the wicked shall be put out. Only by pride cometh contention, but with the well-advised is wisdom. Wealth gotten by vanity shall be diminished, but he that gathereth by labor shall increase. Hope deferred maketh the heart sick, but when the desire cometh, it is a tree of life. Whoso despiseth the word shall be destroyed, but he that feareth the commandment shall be rewarded. The law of the wise is a fountain of life, to depart from the snares of death. Good understanding giveth favor, but the way of the transgressors is hard. Every prudent man dealeth with knowledge, but a fool layeth open his folly. A wicked messenger falleth into mischief, but a faithful ambassador is health. Poverty and shame shall be to him that refuseth instruction, but he that regardeth reproof shall be honored. The desire accomplished is sweet to the soul, but it is abomination to fools to depart from evil. He that walketh with wise men shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed. Evil pursueth sinners, but to the righteous good shall be repaid. A good man leaveth an inheritance to his children's children, and the wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just. Much food is in the tillage of the poor, but there is that is destroyed for want of judgment. He that spareth his rod hateth his son, but he that loveth him chasteneth him betimes. Just eateth to the satisfying of his soul, but the belly of the wicked shall want.
That was Proverbs chapter 13. Now, the title of this live: Mastermind. Master your mind. Everything is now. It is important for us to master our mind. Why is it important? The reason why it is important to master our mind is because that is where the battle is. The battle is between your ears. The battle is in your mind with the way that you think. Negative thoughts, positive thoughts. You have to master your mind, and the way you do that is by training your mind. And what does that take? It takes time. You must spend the time to master your mind. It's simply changing your thoughts. Simply changing your thoughts. This is a daily practice. To master your mind, you have to work at it daily. There is no off days when it comes to your mind. Think about it. You're always thinking 24/7. When you wake up in the morning, you're thinking. All throughout your day, you're thinking. Before you go to sleep, you're thinking. You're always thinking. You're either thinking positive or you're thinking negative. So, in order to master your mind, you have to spend more time and discipline yourself to choose the thoughts that you want to think, to choose positive thoughts, to choose abundant thoughts, thoughts of peace, thoughts of things that are good, thoughts of love, thoughts of joy. You have to choose it. You have to have the discipline and self control to control your mind and what you think. It's simple, but it's not easy. Choose the thoughts that are beneficial to you. This is possible for you to do. It's possible. You have the ability to master your mind. So, what do? You sit silently with no distractions for just a couple minutes a day 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes a day or more if you can do it. But starting off, you can start with 2 minutes. Sit down for 2 minutes, no distractions. Don't say no words out loud and just think thoughts that are beneficial to you. Think positive thoughts that are beneficial to you. And then you just repeat it for 2 minutes straight. You just repeat whatever good thought you're thinking. Just repeat it, repeat it, repeat it, repeat it, repeat it, repeat it, repeat. That's it. But you just do that every day and stay consistent with it. And over time, the more that you stay consistent with it, the neural pathways in your brain will get deeper and more solid and more set in place. The best way to think about this is to imagine a whole field of grass, high grass. If you walk through that field one time, there's still going to be high grass everywhere. But if you walk down that grass down the middle 17,000 times, there's going to make a trail. It's going to make a trail through the grass. It's the same way with your brain and the thoughts that you think. The first time you think it, it doesn't make a deep impact. The second time, it doesn't make a deep impact. The 17,000th time you think that thought, it makes a deep impact. And now there's a trail. There's a trail and there's a pathway that you created. And it's going to become autopilot. You hear me? You understand what I'm saying? So you want to put in the time and effort to make your good thoughts and your positive thoughts and your wonderful thoughts and your amazing thoughts and your magnificent thoughts. You want to put in the time to make those automatic. It's easy to think negative. This whole world is negative. It's easy to be negative. It's easy to think negative thoughts. You don't, this world's so negative and negative thoughts are so abundant in most people's minds that you don't even have to think a negative thought. It's just going to come in. You feel me? It's just going to come in. You hear me? Negative thoughts just be coming in like this. They just be coming into your mind like this all day and night. So you don't even got to think a negative thought. It's coming in. It's going to come in. But when it come in, you got to let it slide through to the other side. You hear me? If a negative, this is a negative thought right here. You hear me? This is a negative thought all day long. And another thing you got to remember, the devil uses thoughts, ideas, and suggestions. And the devil plants seeds in people's minds. But this is a negative thought right here. It's morning time, it's midday, it's nighttime, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. The negative thought is coming like this. The negative thought's going to come into your mind, but you got to let it just slide past and keep on going across the screen of your mind. Most people, the negative thought come in, and then as the negative thought is going across, they grab it right here, and then they hold on to it, and then they start thinking a whole bunch of negative thoughts. No, you got to let the negative thought go across your mind and go to the other side, and then you choose to think a positive thought. So you let the negative thoughts just slide, walk on by. You hear me? You let the negative thoughts just go across the screen of your mind. And then you consciously choose a positive thought. That's how it works. That's how your mind works. But like the trail, when you walk through the grass one time, it's not going to make a print. When you walk through the grass 3 times, it's not going to make a trail. But on the 10,000th time that you walk through that grass, it's going to make a trail. And now you got a path that's a clear path. That's how your brain works with thoughts. One thought doesn't make impact. Two don't make impact. Three don't make impact. Once you get up to 5,200 thoughts of the same thought, 200 thoughts of the same thought, it's going to make a strong neural pathway in your brain. And that thought, that positive thought, is going to become autopilot. And what do you do once one thought becomes autopilot? You create another one. And then you just keep creating more positive thoughts until they're all deeply ingrained into your brain to where the positive thought becomes autopilot. So when a negative thought comes through, you just let it slide past and you automatically just come up with all the positive thoughts that you ingrained into your brain. That's how it works. Shout out to Elevated, who thinks negatively all day. Hey, there might be somebody that does it. But I'm saying negativity is in it comes in your mind day and night and all throughout your day. But you just gotta let it pass. Let it pass by. Your mind is like a movie screen. When a negative thought comes across the screen and you can see it in your mind, you just let it slide past. You don't grab onto it and pay attention to it and focus on it. You let it pass. And you focus and choose a positive and good thought. What you say? 7,000 thoughts become a memory. Is that what that says? 7,000 thoughts, or seven thoughts become a memory? No, seven thoughts. Okay. See, you learn something new. Seven thoughts become a memory. I never heard anybody say that. Seven thoughts become a memory. What do you mean it works with chemicals? I learned something amazing that kind of goes with what you just said. You said seven thoughts become a memory. I read something. Hold on. You think something 7 times and you remember it. It creates a long term memory. Yeah, about that. I read something that says once you say something 18 times in a row, it becomes a long term memory. So if you say something 18 times in a row, you're going to remember it. I know for me, I got to say it 18 times sometimes. But I can say it 7 times and remember. Yeah, I like doing research. It's fun to learn new things. I know when it comes to people, like if I meet somebody, I will have to be around them for like 1 hour to 2 hours before I remember their name. Unless they got the same name as me, then of course it's easy. Try remembering a moment in your life and know you need to remember that time. But pick a time that is when you're down bad and relate to when you can come up. Yeah. Yeah, that definitely I didn't really understand what you said there. It's alright, it's alright. Remembering a moment in your life and know you need to remember that time. But pick a time that is when you're down bad and relate to when you can come up. What do you mean? Try remembering a moment in your life like today, for example. Oh, that's easy. Just remember this moment. Look back on it in a few years to test your memory. That's a good idea. Thank you. I think with memories, it's easier to remember a day that's very impactful. Because doing this when you're down bad helps you understand you won't always be. That's a good thing to think about. Shout out to the 4 people that like the live. I appreciate you because doing this when you're down bad help you understand you won't always be. That's some good advice right there. Thank you. I wish I would have knew about saying something 18 times in a row when I was in high school. I would have got more A's. I would have got a lot more A's if I would have knew if I just said it 18 times in a row. I would remember. Yeah, I like stuff like that. What you just said. Also, look back and try to remember a moment that you could do differently, and maybe you would have met people, and your life would have been different. Those moments are what make life questionable about fate and whatnot. Yeah, that's a great idea right there. I like that. Yeah, life is definitely about decisions. One slight or different decision would have you in a completely different space. Like you said, you would meet completely different people and your life would be different. Just from one decision. Just be conscious of who you let in your life. That's very important. One thing that I always think about how every day, well, first of all, I'm going to say how there are no coincidences. And every day, the people you come across are people that you're supposed to come across. You understand what I'm saying? No matter where you go, whether you go to a grocery store, all those people you come across are people you're supposed to come across. And I believe there's a reason why. Just be conscious of who you let in your life. Even if they are amazing, they can still change your path. I agree. Bro, look, every choice you ever made in your life has brought you to this moment right now. I agree, 100%. Now, tell me, what is the law of one? I'll look it up for sure. Shout out to YouTube. How you doing today? Yeah, I'll definitely look it up for sure. The law of one. Okay. 100%. I appreciate you stopping by and dropping off this knowledge. Gabriel Lugo. Okay, I'll have to put that in. Gabriel Lugo. Gabriel Lugo. Yeah, I'll check it out. I just saved it so I could check it out. I'm doing great. It's a lot of information. Yeah, I just looked it up on my phone. I saved it so I can go back and check it out. We live, we live. The mind is really powerful. I really like using my imagination. It's amazing what you can create. It's also amazing that when you say something or when someone says something, you can see the image of what they said. So if I were to say, there's a giant pink elephant standing on the head of a giraffe, our mind is so powerful that we can see that image of what I just said. Plants and animals are the second density humans. Ah, plants and animals are the second density. Humans are third density. Monks that disappear or ascend, or Jesus is a fourth density. Are you talking about the dimensions? Density. You said 13 plus? What is 13 plus? Oh, you mean 13 plus density. The highest level of consciousness? Oh, okay. There could be 13 or more. Densities of consciousness, there could be 13 or more. Ra is sixth density. Ra is who these three people channel in the law of one. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. I'll check it out for sure. Ra basically has all information that has or will ever exist. Ra is just a sixth density of consciousness, which we will all be eventually. Yeah, I understand. It's definitely a lot to type out. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna check it all out. I already have it saved. You go through densities of consciousness, starting as the first density matter. Everything matters. It would be antimatter, but matter decided to exist in this universe. I just have faith in Jesus. I'm focused on a relationship with the Most High God. I appreciate you dropping all this knowledge on here. There's always more to learn. I don't know if y'all can see it on your side, but my screen keeps getting darker. Like it goes dark and then it lights back up. As long as you have an open understanding of things, you will relate to the law of one. They even explain how Jesus was a fourth density and came back, but there was actually multiple people that could do that. And they explain the balance of a service to self and a service to others. Yes, it definitely has to be a balance. That makes me think about how in the Bible it says, love God and love your neighbor as yourself. It doesn't say love God, love yourself, love your neighbor. It says love God and love your neighbor as yourself, which is positive and negative. To ascend to the fourth density, you must either be 50% service to others in your life or 90% or higher of service to self. Service to self is the negative path. I know 100% that we are here to serve others. And in a way, when you're serving others, you're being of service to yourself. So it's extremely hard to be of service to self at 90% of your life lessons. So look, bro, they even explain Hitler was not 90% service to self. Yeah, most things in this world is a lie. Once you start doing research, most things are a lie. Most things is just programming. That's great right there. The point I'm making is just be good to others and learn your lessons. That's great. There's a time for everything. That's the thing about the universe. It will have balance. Yep, there's a time for everything. I appreciate you stopping by. I appreciate everybody who liked the live. I am about to end this live because the time is now. Looking at the screen with my glasses and just looking at the screen, it's like it's messing with my eyes. So I'm gonna get off this live right now. But I'll be live again tomorrow sometime. Try to go live around 9 p.m. Sometimes it goes later. But I will say it will be somewhere between 9 p.m. and 3, 4 a.m. I'll go live anywhere at any point in time between 9 p.m. and 3 a.m. Well, it's gonna actually teach you the difference between space time and space. Yeah, I'm a lot of learning about this. I appreciate you dropping off the knowledge. Peace and blessings and abundance. Yeah, hop back on another live. I'll be live tomorrow.